I plan to record this on my computer camera, but it's not working, and my telephone camera only works going outward, not looking back at me. So you see who I am. This is probably me here. Now I'm going to start with my project for today. Okay. As you may know, I do some far out things with the pendulum, and I have the general idea that we can invent a lot of things. I do hypnosis, and I came to realize that most of the things we do in hypnosis I can do with the pendulum, and also what things we can do with the pendulum we can do with hypnosis. So they're kind of interchangeable. So several of the therapies that I came up with the pendulum are actually based on experiences I had in hypnosis, where I'm often helped by guides to heal people or find out the root cause of problems, and I found I can do it with the pendulum. Okay, so I was seeing some information from Denny Hunt on Why Is This True, an interview with Penny, and she was talking about the chronovisors that are being used in the secret space program and other things, other far out these black ops projects that our governments have going on. And I have the general idea that I apply things from one branch to another. And I have to start with the experience of, for example, the other day a friend, his pendulum was not working. It was being blocked by the reptilians. Now, I do not say directly blocked, but by the energy of the reptilians anyway. And I found out that I could just, by asking, I could connect to his pendulum with mine, and it was immediately blocked. And then I took away the blockage, sent to take away the negative energy of the reptilians, and I unblocked his pendulum. I did not tell him what I did. I just said, test your pendulum now. And he says, now it's working. Okay, so I had the ability to remotely access his pendulum. Now, this chronovisor is if you want to say, a glorified pendulum. With the pendulum, we have access to the Akashic records, those of us who have got that far. And I'm not saying perfect access, but this chronovisor would have access to the same thing, to be able to see past, present, and future events. And Penny says it is being utilized to control. They can see things that are likely to happen, and then they can send people to different times or places to manipulate these events, either by not letting them happen or to help them to their advantage. This gives a very unfair advantage to these people who are people or beings who are controlling the world. So, and my goal here is to see if I can remotely access these chronovisors and affect them. Now, why could I affect the chronovisors? Well, I'm going to tell you two little stories. One is my wife's grandmother who died, and I took a picture of her, and I had it on my phone, but when I went to clear memory on my phone, which was full, I had like 4 or 5 pictures of the grandmother there, and I'd only had one, and I could not erase these extra pictures no matter what I did. They were not erasable. And I thought, that's funny, I only had one. Where did these come from? So when I hypnotized my wife and spoke to Mama Lena, her grandmother, I asked her, Mama Lena, do you know anything about those extra pictures of you that I can't erase off my telephone? And you know what she said? She said, well, I asked the master and he said it was okay. Which means that she put those pictures on my telephone. I saw something on the internet a while back of another woman who had a actual document downloaded onto her phone that came from her, I believe, her grandmother. So they can put things on our phones. There's a connection there. Also, one time I was looking at my emails and I saw a message to check somebody who'd made a comment on our electric car video. So I click on the thing, and it takes me to a YouTube video explaining a woman was explaining not necessarily how, but it is possible to test for levels of development of conscience of people. And that led me to testing people's level of development of conscience, which has been a very useful tool. Okay. One time, my guardian angel called me up on Skype, which I explained in other videos maybe, and I asked him, did you put that there? And he said yes. Okay, so they can manipulate our electronic means from these other dimensions. So, all that gives me the idea that maybe I can remotely access these chronovisors, and if they can put things onto our computers and telephones, maybe I can affect the programming of these chronovisors and do my best to disable them so that we have if you want to say, a level battlefield here. Okay? I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it now. Of course, here's my pendulum. As you can see, it broke the little glass thing. Okay? The pendulum answers different ways. For example, yes is be turning around in a clockwise circle, like this. Okay? No is backwards, counterclockwise circle. Okay. And when I say multiple choice, the pendulum goes side to side like this. Okay, first I ask if I have contact with the light. And that is a yes, I do have contact with the light. Okay? If I did not, it would slowly start saying no. They don't really like to answer, but it always does. Okay? So what are we going to do? First I'm going to communicate with the light. I still have access to the light. Okay? I want to have the multiple choice question of how many of these chronovisors there are. I really have no idea. These chronovisors are mentioned by Andrew Basiago, or Basiago, however they pronounce it, and they use them to see at least future events. Okay, so it's not an unknown device. They're just using them for evil purposes now. Okay, so we're going to ask how many there are. The pendulum is waiting for me to count. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20. It's not moving much. I'm going to count in fives. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 145. It's getting pretty close to a round circle. The last round circle is the answer. 145, I think I said. Let me go back. 120, 125, 130, 135, 140, 145, 46, 47, 48. Feels like it's real close. 148, 149. Probably going to stop at 150. It's going to stop. It's either 149 or 150. Maybe one is being built at this moment. Around 150 of them. Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to all these chronovisors. Just as somehow the grandma and my guardian angel connected to my telephone and my email account, connect to the operating systems, because these are based on energy. The pendulum is an energy tool. Connect to the operating system of all these chronovisors. See if that's possible. Concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. Connect to the operating system of all these chronovisors. When the pendulum stops and moves a little bit to the left, that indicates I have the connection. Connect to the operating system of all the chronovisors. If it doesn't work, I might have to send to remove any blockage. Connect to the operating system of all these chronovisors. Connect to the operating system of all these chronovisors. Connect to the operating system of all these chronovisors. Okay, there's the little turn backwards, meaning that we now have the connection. We are, without getting too complicated, we're just going to disable the operating system, disable completely the operating system of all these chronovisors that are being used unfairly to control mostly future events, to keep them from happening, or to make them happen in a different way. Okay? Disable the operating system of all these chronovisors. Now this is how it generally starts. You know, theoretically this is going to be taking away, it's going to be a negative energy operation, and it will be spinning counterclockwise. But if it's very strong, it usually starts swinging side to side like this, and then gradually these swings will start rotating in a counterclockwise direction. Okay, it started at roughly 11 minutes into this recording. See, it's starting to go in a counterclockwise direction. Now, my hand moves a little bit. My goal here is my main goal is the work we're doing, not to keep my hand totally immovable. Okay? Those who want to not believe will say that my hand is moving this. Well, it ain't. And I get very tired of people who want to not believe. I have seen this thousands of times, people. If you think that I am physically and purposely, deceptionally, however the word would be, mischievously, moving the pendulum to make this video, you are idiots. Absolute idiots. There's no other way to put it. And if you don't believe, go see, one of my recent videos was, let's see, Closing 23, I think it was, Reptilian Portals. That's an example, and this is another example. See, this would be hard for me to make the pendulum do this. We are disabling the operating system, and I'm very glad that it appears to be working, right? We're disabling the operating system of these almost 150 chronovisors. Disabling, and I think I started at minute 11, if I remember right. So we've now got a little over 2 minutes. We're disabling the operating system of these chronovisors. Okay, here I am again. I don't know how long this will take. Now, why would I be doing this? Well, my mission, as I've been told basically twice now, is one direct way by a person who sees all kinds of visions and perceives all kinds of things without being hypnotized or in any kind of trance. And another one, simply a message that came through a hypnosis when I was asking about it. And my mission is to change darkness to light, or as it was said the second time, to save the universe from evil, which sounds even more almost ominous. So I'm thinking, well, wow, that can't be just me, right? So I ask how many of us there are, and the pendulum says there are about 199 of us, I'm assuming on Earth, with the direct and clear mission, because other people could have similar missions that aren't, said with the same words, but, have a similar or related effect. But anyway, there are about 199 of us with the mission to save the universe from darkness, or to change the darkness to light, as it was said the first time. Okay. Now, the movement of this pendulum, as you can see, it's swinging and in ovals, swinging in counterclockwise ovals. Pretty soon here, or maybe not pretty soon, whenever it's at that point, it will start swinging without the ovals. It'll start swinging in perfect circles, which is getting very close to doing here. As a general statement, once it's swinging in circles like this, there's still a little bit oval. Once it's swinging in circles, it's probably at least halfway done with the process. Now, also, if I'm doing this, why do I record it? Well, one reason is that, for example, a woman who wrote a book, she was told that just giving the book to people, even if they never open it, has a very positive effect. The energy is in that book. Okay? By it being out there, it is affecting, if you want to say, the energy soup of the planet, or the energy soup in these people's houses in this case, and having a positive effect. So by putting this on internet, we are often told that we are creators of our reality. By putting this energy on the internet, whether many people see it or not, I am helping for this to actually happen, for these chronovisors to be disabled. We are disabling the operating system of the chronovisors. I started about minute 11. It's now just turning to minute 17, so it's taken 6 minutes. Now, will I know if this really worked? No. I physically, in this present reality, I have no way of knowing if it really worked. They're not going to come out and announce, oh, somebody has messed up our chronovisors. That ain't going to happen. So I can ask the pendulum, for example, what percentage of their capabilities, what percentage of their functions are still working when this is done. I think it's slowing down. See, I'm holding my hand just the same as I was when it was swinging back and forth, and when it was swinging in rotating ovals, and now it's swinging in smooth circles. My hand movement has not changed. I kind of like that the glass broke off of my pendulum because now it's lighter and it moves my hand less. Okay, I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm probably a little shaky. I don't know what happened with the camera on the computer. Usually I can go into Movie Maker and you know, add a video, it says, and it comes up. Okay? Okay, we've been about 8.5 minutes. No, excuse me, that was 11. 7.5 minutes there. Okay. That is disabling the operating system of their chronovisors. Now I can ask, how much percent of their function has been disabled? So a high number would be good. Okay, this is a multiple choice question. What percentage of the functioning of the chronovisors has been disabled, let's say today? Sometimes you have to be clear with your questions. For example, maybe they used to have 1,000 of them and they didn't need so many anymore, and now they only have 150. And I could say, what percent have been disabled? And it might say, well, 85%. But it's not because I did something, it's because they disabled them. Okay, so to be clear, what percent of the functioning of the chronovisors has been disabled in the last 24 hours? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67. That's great, because sometimes I can only do it partial. You know, sometimes I can do 2/3 or so. 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. 90% disabled, 91, 92, 93, 94. Seems real close. 94.1, 0.2, 0.3, 94.3, 94.4. Is going to stop. Stopped at 94.4. 94.3% of the functioning of the chronovisors has been disabled. Now, what would that mean? Well, my guess would be maybe they'll turn on, but they won't go anywhere. Something like that. Okay? I think we've been effective. Has this been a good day for the light? The fact that I'm doing this? Okay, it's saying yes. In that case, the fact that I'm doing this, that doesn't, I thought it would be more positive. Maybe there's other things going on that are not such a good day for the light. As far as my helping the light, is this a good day? Okay. Okay. There's more to do, but okay. According to the pendulum, and according to my desire, as a creator being working for the forces of the light, we have disabled 94 or whatever percent of the ability of the chronovisors by disabling their operating system. Far out. But I have seen too many true things as diagnosed by the pendulum, lost objects found by the pendulum, remote access, remote if you want to say energy work that can be done at a distance with the pendulum, to say that this is complete BS. No, it's not. And it's actually very probable this has actually worked. So, thank you for listening. I hope you like the design of my bedspread. I do. It's bright red. Okay? Have a good day. Thank you.